It's crucial to retract your forearm. You can't execute a proper stroke with a completely straight arm. Standardizing your forehand and backhand drives is essential because they form the foundation of your entire game. Without proper forearm retraction, you'll lack explosive power and struggle to effectively loop backspin balls. To correct this, for both penhold and shakehand grips, use the tip of your racket as a directional guide. During your swing, aim the edge of your racket to finish at the point between your eyebrows. The ideal follow-through stops when your racket is about a palm's width from the point between your eyebrows. At the point of contact, your upper arm and forearm must maintain a bent angle. Here's the breakdown. First, open up for the backswing. Second, the upper arm leads, then the forearm snaps forward, finishing a palm's width from your eyebrows. You need a target to complete the motion correctly, so always aim the racket's edge to a point between your eyebrows. If the rally speed is too fast, it's very difficult to fix this habit on the fly. So, slow down your shots. Focus first on feeling the forearm retraction, ignore footwork for now, and just get the arm mechanics right. Make it a habit to finish your swing between your eyebrows, regardless of your grip style. If you don't develop this habit, your stroke becomes a simple push, and the motion remains incomplete. As a beginner, you must complete the full motion. Slow down, don't use power, and just focus on feeling the forearm retraction. Gradually, integrate your waist rotation. Remember, the forearm moves forward and upward, finishing at your brow line before recovering. During retraction, ensure your forearm is not just pushing forward. This applies to shakehand players as well. Many players make mistakes at this stage, so mastering the initial forearm retraction is critical. A common error is stopping the motion halfway, which is just the upper arm pushing without any forearm snap. The correct mechanic is to drive the upper arm forward while actively bending the forearm. Practice this slowly. Don't play at a normal pace. Intentionally bend the forearm and bring it up to feel the correct retraction. You must execute the full forearm retraction motion completely. For both penhold and shakehand, after the backswing and contact, remember to bend the forearm and bring it up. Execute this movement slowly, don't rush it. In the beginning, you must not practice this too fast. The faster you go, the less you'll dare to retract your arm, leading to poor form. If you struggle with retraction, slow down during rallies and just focus on feeling the arm coming up and in. Once you get a feel for it, you can gradually increase your speed, and the issue will be corrected. The forehand drive has 3 key pivot points you must master. The first pivot point is your shoulder. A common mistake is raising it. You must keep your shoulder stable throughout the stroke. Unlike a loop, the drive requires a stable shoulder position at your side, while the upper arm and forearm move forward. Therefore, don't use your shoulder to generate upward force. This is a primary cause of body instability and arming the ball. The first point is to stabilize the shoulder, the second is to stabilize the elbow. Your stroke will be inconsistent if your elbow is unstable. Common errors include pulling the elbow back, pushing it forward, or lifting it up, flaring. If you have trouble stabilizing your elbow, use your non-playing hand to hold your elbow joint firmly in place as a physical guide.
大臂跟前臂之间这样压这儿没用啊，压这儿也没用，压中间，压中间，这么压着啊，别动，别离开它。
This way, you'll feel it if your elbow pulls back, and you can apply downward pressure with your guide hand if your elbow tries to push forward.
左手发力往前顶，让它别往前推，让它往下压。
When you try to lift your elbow, your guide hand will prevent it, forcing you to maintain a downward pressure. This is an auxiliary method for controlling the elbow, always press downwards. To fix a pulled back elbow, just keep your backswing at the side of your body.
一定是往下压，这个角度往下压。这样的话，当你一拉肘的时候，你的左手就是拉肘这个问题呢，就是你保持引拍在身体的侧面就可以了。
During the forward swing, if the elbow starts to lift or push forward, use your guide hand to press it down, keeping it fixed at the height of your belly button.
左手就发力往下压，让它始终你的左手高度都保持在你腰腹的肚脐的高度，就在这个位置。肘就在这个位置，它不发生变化。看。
If you feel your elbow rising to your chest, press it down. Your non-playing hand acts as a controller to keep the elbow at its standard position near your waist.
往下压，左手就是来控制肘部的一个标准的位置，就在我腰腹肚脐的位置。
Grip the junction of your upper arm and forearm with your non-playing hand and apply downward pressure to control it.
压住，4，左手这么压哈，这么往下压，握着这个大臂的肌肉群跟中间的这个位置。 这么压，往下压，控制它往下压。
Here's another tip: from backswing to follow through, always feel that the point of your elbow is facing downwards.
3，那么很多球友在这个过程中呢，还有一个诀窍是什么？你始终感觉你的肘，打球持拍的这个肘，从引拍到出球的时候，它是冲下的。
If you notice your elbow pointing backward, correct it to point down. Maintaining this downward orientation ensures a standardized technique. For now, don't worry about other things. Just focus on keeping your elbow pointing down throughout the stroke. If the problem is severe, use your other hand to assist.
它要翻了，好，下一个马上把着，让它向下用力，注意肘冲下。
The third pivot point is the wrist. Many players make mistakes here like excessive flexion, extension, deviation, or simply having a limp wrist.
一个容易勾腕，一个容易撇腕，一个容易什么？垮。
Even if your shoulder and elbow are stable, a moving wrist is an element of inconsistency. A forehand drive is a pure hitting motion. Your wrist should be firm and stable. Incorrect technique occurs when the shoulder, elbow, and wrist create instability, which leads to unforced errors.
腕儿，它形成了什么？它形成了整个动作的不稳定性，所以你会产生很多的无谓失误。
Regarding a wobbly wrist, let's first discuss the penhold grip.
咱们的手腕有点晃，对，很多球友的手腕太晃了。这个晃的原因是什么啊？我先说直板。
For penholders, a wobbly wrist is caused by not securing the handle in the web of the hand, which causes an unstable racket face on impact.
所以相当于什么呢？它在打的过程中，它的拍面还有它的拍子的把，它总是晃。
A proper grip is vital. You must lock the handle into the web of your hand so you can feel a firm, tensed wrist when you generate force. Otherwise, the wrist will be loose.
锁到你的虎口的地方，锁到哪个位置？虎口的位置。对，扇幅就是手腕的问题，锁住。 靠住了啊，就相当于它得靠着你的虎口，你发力的时候，你才能感觉到手腕是绷住劲儿的。你靠不住的时候，手腕一晃，它马上就松了。
Now for shakehand, the main reason for a flicking wrist is a loose grip in the web of your
横板
hand.
是什么呢？我们为什么甩手腕？第一个，大家甩手腕的，你看看，虎口掐不住的，给虎口是不是松？ 这就是甩手腕的主要原因。先是这样打成这样了。
To stop flicking your wrist, first, you must grip the racket deeply and clamp down tightly with the web of your hand.
你必须得深握球拍，这是第一点。不甩手腕。第二
Second, if your fingers aren't applying pressure, your hand will be loose. A loose grip gives the racket face room to move and
虎口太
twist.
松，这个拍面它就有转动的空间了，它就有看左右翻、上下翻的空间。
You must grip firmly with your fingers so that your hand and the racket act as a single, unified unit to transfer power.
是一致的，它才能用上劲儿，它才能是一致的。
If your grip is loose, any attempt to accelerate will cause the racket face to wobble or flick. So, clamp your grip and use your fingers.
它往上发力，拍面马上就甩。
甩了就。
所以虎口掐紧，手指用力。
For the forehand drive, your wrist and forearm must move as one unit. There should be no independent wrist movement.
这个手腕的问题是在哪儿呢？球友们看，这个手腕在正手攻球，它要跟着前臂是一体的，因为你不是拉，你不用这么动，也不用这么动，也不用这么动，也不用这么动，你的手腕跟前臂是一起的。
During the stroke, lock your wrist so it moves in unison with your forearm, not leading or lagging behind it.
这里面关键点在哪？在手腕上。这个手腕的用力点不是这样，不是这样。它的用力点锁住，跟前臂，比如说前臂在这儿，它就一起在这儿，一起在这儿，一起在这儿，一起在这儿，一起在这儿。它不要先推出来，往后往前，不要这样。 跟前臂一起，你看，一起，一起，一起，一起。
If you grip the racket firmly with your fingers, your wrist naturally won't be able to flick. To summarize the 3 pivot points, shoulder, elbow, wrist, ensure all 3 are stable during your drive.
肩、肘、腕、肩。 肘、腕、肩、肘、腕、肩、肘、腕、肩、肘、腕。